You're just scared. Aha! Woo! Yo!
Hi guys, I'm back. I'm going to share best practices and what I've learned from my past experiences as an adolescent health activist. So, without wasting much of the time, we're going to get right into it. So, the first thing I've really learned and gotten to appreciate is consistency. Nothing beats consistency. If you have to start your journey today, you have to ensure you are at the same pace. And if there are any adjustments to be made, make sure those adjustments are positive adjustments and they are adjusting upwards. That means they are accelerating your efforts to the cause that you've selected you're going to act on. So if you're passionate about something, it's easy to be consistent. If you're not passionate, on the other hand, it's hard because you can't be consistent for a long time. You put up an act and it will fade off. So for people to believe in you, activism isn't a one-man show. You need to influence the people around you, get on the boat that you're on so that you could deliver the message that you want to deliver. And for people to buy into your idea, they must see the discipline. And that discipline is a discipline of consistency. If you start with this same energy today, let it be the same energy and more tomorrow. Let it continue despite what happens to you, physical adjustments, geographical adjustments. Maybe you change locations. It has to be inbuilt, it has to be in you. Consistency. So I've really gotten to appreciate the art of consistency because then you create an identity for yourself. People get to know you for something. For example, back home, people call me Bertha Teenage Pregnancy Chulu. Like they just put the teenage pregnancy in my name. If somebody has to talk about which Bertha they are talking about, then they'll just say Ujawama child marriages. Because I'm very passionate about the subject child marriages, and because I'm passionate about it, it's been easy for me to be consistent and run with it. So the other lesson that I learned is that you have to be an actor and you have to say less. If you say we are going to embark on this journey and we're going to do this, please ensure that you do it. Yes, times are hard. Yes, we are going to dream of all these big things that we wish to do and things that are going to change people's lives, these things that are going to bring people on board and speak with one voice. There will be many challenges on the way, but you have to act more and say less. It's very easy for people to buy into your actions than they would in your words. So if you act more, it was in 2019 when I got the tag Bertha Teen Pregnancy Chulu, because I just participated in the initiation of some acts, and that was a response from the young people who are my friends. We coordinated ourselves and said we are going to react this way to Chipata recording the highest teenage pregnancies in the land. The most important thing that I've learned really also is if you can see, I'm reading somewhere. I jotted down some things that I've learned the past days, and I want to call that preparation. You have to prepare. You have to prepare yourself mentally. You also have to physically prepare yourself for a challenge that you're supposed to take up. Nothing beats preparation. If you're prepared, you get to put in place what it is exactly that you want to do. You get to know how does success look like for you when you embark on that journey. So you have a clear roadmap that will lead you to where you want to go. If you don't prepare, it can be chipante pante. Anyone can come with their ideas and you can fall for those ideas. I am not saying it is bad to get ideas from people. I am saying it is bad if you drift away from the ultimate goal that you earlier set for yourself and your colleagues. Yeah. Every time I was assigned work to do, for the days and times that I put in all my might and all my being into the work I was assigned to do, it always yielded good results. Sometimes the work comes from people, already established people, sometimes already established institutions, NGOs, as an example. Just give you something to do. And so they tell you their desired outcomes, but of course it is in line with your activism. So you have to now like marry your personal activism with what a certain NGO wants. You have to put in your might. You have to be serious about it. You have to delay gratification on that um, assignment that you've been given, and you have to be disciplined enough to make sure that the work is perfectly done. By so doing, you're going to have people develop confidence in you. They will know that you are somebody who can be reliable. They can depend on you, they can call on you, and they can expect results. Activism is all about evidence-based information. It's also about results. So if you cannot put in your might, if you can't work on something with all your self and you yield good results, people's confidence in you will be questioned. Sometimes they might not even buy into your idea, your activism idea. And activism done alone is hard. It is really hard because activism is people centered. So you have to ensure the people are at the center of it all. And then the other thing that I've learned is that you need to learn to develop good interpersonal relations. It's not an easy thing, but at least try to put up a smile for everybody, everywhere, at any time. Be kind, be polite, and most importantly, being respectful. I have realized if you treat people good and you respect them as they should be respected, they they give the respect in return. They give it back to you and they hold you in high esteem. Even as you sell your idea to them, it is very easy for them to buy into it because they were meant to feel special in the first place. You have to be accommodative. Develop everything that you have to do to have good interpersonal relations. You have to develop them. There are times when it's just hard. You're in a bad mood. You fight with somebody. Yes, it happens. But where there is need to apologize, apologize. Where there is need to lower yourself and not come out like you are the Mr. or Miss Know It All, lower yourself. Let people feel part of your activism because activism is people centered. If it is not people centered, then I don't know what it is. Yeah. And then the other most important lesson that I learned, thank goodness I jotted this one down because I was going to forget. All the people that I envied, people that I saw doing a similar kind of activism in my field, all of them that I envied, I made them my friends. So there is something that I feel happens when you envy somebody. When you envy somebody, it is natural for humans to detach. They detach and they start to watch from afar. And you might engage yourself in some competition with that person. Yet that person does not even know it, but you're trying to work to be like that person. So, we have role models, people that we look up to. That is fine. But there are those who are almost at the same level as ours, and we automatically feel like we're in competition with them. They are not your competitors. There is no such thing as competition in activism because we get to speak with one goal, one coordinated voice, trying to seek one good result. So the people that you envy, if you feel you're being pulled away from them, yourself pushing away from them because they are better than you, or they do things better than you, or they are more networked than you are, make them friends. I have learned so much from people that I envied. It's so hard to get there because jealousy from the inside. It's so hard to even keep them around. It's so hard. But when you get to know them, you realize they're very good people. And what you will learn from them will be unbeatable. There are some people that we envy who are our peers, who have the tendency of dragging their friends along for the ride as they go up the ladder. You can't afford to miss such friends. The people you envy, get closer, get to know them, make them your friends. There is so much you can learn from them. Just don't be in competition with anybody. Experts in the field that I'm interested in. You sit down with an expert for child marriages and teenage pregnancies of some organization. You have a chat with them. How is this? How is that? Listen to them. Widen your knowledge base. Because then activism will require you to talk about your cause, why you're doing what you're doing. And if you're not confident enough, it means you don't know much. But if you know much, you're confident enough, believe me, you can influence change. And then the thing also is identify allies. I can connect this point to what was said earlier about befriending the people that we envy. Identify your allies. There are some activities that are impossible to do alone. There are some activities that you need somebody's hand to get on board. So you join hands with people, you network with people, identify the people that you can work with and how you can help each other, how you can share the best practices, and see to it that your desired outcome is achieved. So you must identify your allies. We shouldn't procrastinate. If you are going to say, I'm going to do a child marriage campaign in this community because this is where I stay, I'm going to do it within these 3 months. You set a specific date. Do not procrastinate to say, okay, because of this, I'm going to do it the other day. You're not disciplining yourself. If you set something to be done in a specified time, let it be done in that specified time. Here's why. Because the zeal and passion I can have to do an activity in the next 3 months might not be the same zeal and passion that I'm going to have if I push the same activity 7 months ahead. Because a lot of things happen on the way, a lot of obstacles, a lot of new interests develop. We read a lot of new different things. And so you tend to feel less about what you initially wanted to do than how you felt it the first time the idea hit you. If the idea hits you and it's very strong, you feel a conviction, you have to act on it in your activism. Share it with somebody that you trust, somebody who's going to hold you accountable to your own thoughts and your own actions. If you tell that person, I want to do this by this time, make sure that person is going to be there to remind you if you don't do it.
I beg your pardon.
Huh?
I haven't heard what you said.
I have feelings for you, and now I feel that I like you.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel?
Nothing.